glad to have you tonight.
Oh, I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much, Mayor McDougall, for welcoming me here. Thank you so much to our Lexington Council. It is a joy to be with you all tonight. Thank you to Chief Green and our Lexington Police Department, friends and dear partners. I always love being here in Lexington. It's a joy. And tonight is no exception, perhaps one of the greatest joys of them all. For those who may be new and watching, I run an organization called Serve and Connect, which has the mission of fostering positive change through sustainable police and community partnerships. It's an organization I founded after my husband, Gregory Alia, a police officer with the Forest Acres Police Department, was shot and killed in the line of duty on September 30th of 2015. You know, Greg had many amazing qualities, but I think his kindness was his superpower. It's what made him an amazing husband, and then when we welcomed our son Sal, an amazing dad. And from everything I've learned, it's also what made him an amazing police officer. I am so proud of all that Greg was, all that he stood for, all that he gave. And as proud of him as I am also so proud that each year we get to learn about other incredible police officers who, like Greg, are giving of themselves so selflessly, day in and day out. They demonstrate how you treat people with deep compassion and respect and service and love, and they are making our communities a better place through that superhero power of kindness. And so each year, we get to recognize the best of the best when it comes to these community engagement and community policing ideals through our Gregory Alia Award. So we first had the award in 2016, and every year since have been honored to recognize a police officer in South Carolina who demonstrates these values of community engagement, community policing, of service, of treating all citizens with dignity and compassion and respect, and making their communities a better place through their compassionate service. We've recognized some really amazing officers, and I'm proud tonight to want to acknowledge my teammate Macy Solano, who is here with me tonight. He'll be joining me for this presentation. So I'm proud of all that we've been able to recognize over the years. I have to tell you all, when I got the nomination for Officer Dee Cochran, I was blown away. Just to read Chief Green's passionate words about this amazing woman, this amazing officer, I was deeply moved. But that couldn't even hold a candle to what I would learn when I met her in person. I had the deep joy of being able to first talk to her on the phone, and I was like, this woman is unbelievable. And then we came here to film a video featuring Dee and her impact. If you all haven't watched it yet, please do. It is so beautiful and so moving, and it's not even the whole. I hope we have those recordings that we can share more over time, because to hear from people that she has directly impacted and touched, it's incredible. What really blew me away in hearing others speak about Dee was how they all described her like family, like a sister. That's something special. That's deep. And that shows that she goes above and beyond to serve others. And then when we got to interview her, oh my goodness, cue the waterworks. I felt like I was going to church. She is a truly special individual, and I am so proud and so thankful that we were able to honor her at our gala this year on March 18th. Her words were so inspiring. They just brought the whole room to tears. Just her passion and her love and commitment. And I'm going to tell you, it's real. Because just recently, when there was a shooting in Columbia, in fact, and Dee learned about it, she was right there in the response. That was even outside of Lexington. It shows who she is and how much she cares in her off time, that's how she chooses to spend her time, is giving back and serving others. Officer Cochran is a true hero and someone who deserves to be celebrated and recognized. And I also want to recognize Lexington Police Department on a whole, because she is a shining example of the culture that Chief Green and his team of leaders here has built. true community policing, true community engagement, and I am so proud and honored that we get to call Lexington Police Department our friends and partners in this movement. So thank you so much. And with that, I'd love to just invite Dee and Macy and Chief Green up here for just a presentation. So, Dee, Officer Cochran, you are a truly beautiful and special soul, and we are so proud to celebrate you today and every day. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for everything you represent, and thank you for letting us shine a light on you, because I know that's not what you do it for, but you deserve it today and every day. Chief Green, thank you for bringing this shining star to light, and we are just so honored and proud to be a part of this. So
I was there, thankfully, with Kassy's invitation to see you give that speech, and she did. She
brought down the house.
And she didn't have anything written down. It was all from her heart, so please share a little bit.
I think Kassy, she said it really well when she said that about the culture here. I've truly become a woman here. I think that when I first got into law enforcement, you have this idea of being an agent of peace. And sometimes you go into that kind of naive. And I think that when I came here, you know, I'm learning how to garden a little bit of green thumb, and I realized that you got to have good ground, right? And you can have the best seed in the ground, but if you don't have good ground, you know, the earth is not going to yield anything. And so being at the town of Lexington, whether it's been a friend or a foe, I have grown tremendously. And doing this work, sometimes you can get weary, and when you love much, you hurt much. And I've learned, like, being in good ground, like I'm here in Lexington when she was saying about the culture, is that even when I can't see the seed and what's going on, I have people around me that sees it, and they water me and they nurture me, and they know that I need a little bit of sunshine, or I need a hug, or I need a pick me up. And so as much as I would like to think that I'm a great victim advocate on my own, that's just simply not true. It has taken tilling, pruning. I'm refined because of the culture here. And when I came here, I did not have a lot of experience in a lot of different things, meaning in maturity, in leadership, and I think being surrounded by this unique, diverse community has really opened my eyes to realize that it truly takes a little bit of everyone's input in order for you to really shine bright and flourish and be great and have fruit. So I just want to thank the Lexington Police Department. I want to thank the Town Council. You know, it really was a privilege to have my mayor there, you know, standing on stage when I got an award. It's great, you know, when your peers recognize you, and, you know, but it's a whole nother thing when you have someone that supports you by showing up. And so I thank you so much for showing up that day. And I thank you for allowing me to come back in front of the whole town council and bloom and flourish and be celebrated. So I also want to just mention that we just had Drew that passed away, who was in the line of duty, and he gave his life for this work. And I just wanted to encourage any law enforcement officer that's listening that sometimes it's not just laying your life down physically for someone, you know, for accolades or whatever, or, you know, as the ultimate sacrifice. Sometimes laying your life down for a friend and a brother is spending time, looking somebody in the eye, having integrity, having kindness, empathy. That's laying your life down. And so that's just not a job for a police officer. It's a job for all of us. And so when you have a heart for humanity, I just think that it's just organic and something natural that you do when you're in the ground, you're in good ground, that everybody contributes to that bloom, that blossom. And so I'm not just accepting this award on behalf of myself, but I'm accepting this award on behalf of this whole town, because y'all all played a vital role for me to do the work that I do, and that's support and encouragement and watering and cultivating and pruning and cutting down and putting back in the ground and then getting sun, and you get the example. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Kassy, Macy.